intermittent fasting videos before. I've done videos, done live streams, but I still get clients who have fasted, who have lost their menstrual cycle, dark circles under the eyes, can't sleep, become constipated, dehydrated. We need to talk. All right. Now, the average person who doesn't really study nutrition, they hear these trends like keto or carnivore or whatever bodybuilder trend, and they'll start doing these crazy diets without learning more about what it actually does to the body. And it really seems like a lot of people don't know the difference between a completely natural body and a body on HRTs, that's hormone replacement therapy, and some pharmaceuticals. What's up, Katie? That's my girl right there. A lot of people do not know the difference between a natural body, and maybe even Katie can not subscribe, but like attest, that's the word, to fasting, because I'm doing a fasting video and what it does to people's bodies by real people, real voices. I want to do a whole series on fasting. I think I'm going to interview Katie and talk about, y'all see my horse feedback there? And talk about the truth. I mean, like, really, what's up? Girl, I just finished the 22-day fast, liquids only. Ugh, not very smart, Ron. People have this obsession with wanting quick results. And so they'll hear about these fasting trends. Most people don't even know why or what it does to their body. If I were to ask Ron what his liquid fast, which is like, I love Ron, he's been around for a while, but dude, come on. Stop trying to quickly get yourself into some amazing body. Oh, Chan says, intermittent fasting was awful. My blood sugar levels were so high. Hey, Amani, it's been a while. Yeah, so I want to explain this. I was on board. What she says, I was abroad. Oh, for a while. I'm back now. Oh, cool. I hope you had a good time. Oh, you got sick. Oh, that sucks. But I hope you had a good time. Okay. So let me explain to you the body and food and fasting and the goals that we want to achieve. Most people intermittent fast because of two reasons. Mainly one, they're trying to get lean. Number two, there are people who have such severe mast cell activation, histamine reactions that just not eating cools down their headaches, their skin, whatever. Skin flare-ups as far as in terms of eczema or psoriasis. And because people who've got eczema and psoriasis, it's what you're eating. It didn't start with what you're eating, but that creates the flare-up. And that's why some people like to fast, or they will fast inadvertently, not realizing that they start having longer windows in between their feeds or skipping breakfast, and they're inadvertently fasting because they have relief to their skin. See, Ron is doing it for weight loss. He says, I think I lost about 22 pounds from the fast. I'm 118 this morning, just ate my first meal. And that's typically what people do. But what Ron doesn't know is that he just put a lot of pressure and stress on his adrenal system, his electrolytes, and dare I say his thyroid. Yep, especially with the liquid fast. Oh, good Lord, honey child. Stop trying to lose weight quickly. Chan says fasting will affect your gallbladder. Don't do it. And the reason why that is because when you're having these long fasting windows, bile, okay, can back up. Cholesterol molecules can start backing up into the gallbladder and not moving. That motility. It's not releasing the bile salts, which you need. Eating is what we are designed for. It's what we eat and the damage to the body and the exposure to toxins that creates the messy bodies that people are experiencing that makes them want to fast. So you don't fast, you get rid of the crappy food. You stabilize your blood sugar, because if you got a thyroid issue, you start fasting, bye. Bye, Felicia. You're toast. And then there are the people who have hypoglycemia so bad. Those people have to eat every 3 hours. And if you don't eat every 3 hours, you will start to agitate your reproductive hormones, right? They start, progesterone hits the floor, estrogen, it starts to get made in the fat cells and clog up the liver. Let me see. Sharif says, I'm a diabetic and tried fasting, and it risks my blood sugar even higher. I think you meant raised my blood sugar even higher. And the reason why it raises your blood sugar is because when you don't have food coming in, the body's like, okay, well, if you ain't going to eat something, I need my sugar, okay, or my ketones. And if y'all don't eat some, I'm going to make sugar out of what? Amino acids. And amino acids coming from protein of your own body. Your body eats itself. Mm-hmm. That's what it does to everybody. All these fasting idiots. Oh my God, it's so amazing. No, it isn't. You go into gluconeogenesis too much. You become too cortisol driven when you're doing it constantly. A lot of people do that. Oh, they do water fast, extended fast, liquid fast, and they'll fast too much. If you have high insulin, high blood sugar, and you've got eczema, I would do a 2-day fast and call it a day. A 48-day. Be done with it. Do not do it no more. Other than that, the intermittent fasting, or just the fasting in general, is just so bad for people who already are so stressed, who are so slathered in cortisol, who cannot sleep, who've got dysregulated blood sugar, who've got... Now, another problem is Katie says fasting messed her up. So as you see, there's a lot of people. What's up, sis? Nutrient density says intermittent fasting made me lose muscle in my legs, which I just explained through gluconeogenesis. The body eats itself when y'all don't eat nothing. I got my lines and my cheeks. What on my cheeks? Lines on our cheeks. Shouldn't have these lines. I'm only 58. I guess lines. Yes. So when you fast, like these dum-dums out there that tell you to fast, they don't tell you that your body likes to chew up its collagen in your face. You know those people with the dropped neck, the turkey gobbler, the thing that dropped? The body likes to take amino acids from the weirdest place. Under the neck, right there, your face. You see people with dark circles under their eyes, crepey skin everywhere on their elbows, on their knees, on their neck. It's just awful. You know, if you look at people who've done extended fasting all the time, and they lost like 80 pounds, they look horrible. But they're like, oh my God, I'm smaller. And I'm like, yes, now you have a thyroid problem, so you're going to rebound. Now you have adrenal issues, and if you're a man, your testosterone has hit the ground. Let me see. I didn't choose to do it if she just told me. What? I don't get that one. Many folks are pushing it big time. It messed up my progesterone. Exactly. Amani said exactly what I said. When you fast, your body likes to go, ooh, reproductive system. Let's just munch on that. Which drops down your progesterone, and it dominates you with estrogen, which is a whole nother subset of problems with the gallbladder, with your thyroid, with the liver being caught up in estrogen getting caught in the liver with overcirculation of estrogen. Let me see here. Fasting heavily for 2 years, and it did my body bad. Yes, a lot of women lose their period fasting, or it gets longer, or it gets weird, or they might miss a period here and there. Took me over a year to reset after fasting. No fasting. You hear that, people? This is from real people in the comment section. I fast a few times a week. It's good though. No Nordic traditions, it's not. You don't, I mean, you want to believe that it's good. And people will protect what they want, right? Coffee drinkers want to protect coffee. Stevia eaters or stevia eaters want to protect that. And chocolate eaters, they'll all say, like, no, it's good. Coffee drinkers, especially, it's not. You're not. I love you, Nordic traditions, because you've been cool from before. But there's no science behind what you said. That's just an addiction, right? People are addicted. And people will protect the narrative. They just do. People have a hard time to say, like, oh, wow, you're making sense. You know? They just have a hard time doing that. I have never liked fasting. I don't know why everyone thinks it's so cool. Thomas Mitchell. I agree. Well, people are really desperate to biohack themselves into looking better, but all it does is make you look older. I mean, look at all the people that fasted for a couple years. They look so old because the body's just, collagen goes away fasting. The body, food is nutrition and food is energy. Food is nutrition, which is tools to fix the car. And it's energy. And if you're not getting in enough energy, the body will eat itself. Facts, people. One meal a day, just dumb ass stuff. And if you look at people, look at their face. They're aging when they do that stuff a while, honey child. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Neil Young has a turkey gobble. Well, some people just skip meals and they don't have breakfast and they drink coffee and they don't sleep well, and that's another reason why. They just constantly, the body's eating itself. A certain yogi is pushing it big time. I know. I can't watch it. I mean, that's the reason why we went different ways, because people will push the narrative when they want to lose weight. They just will. And people will say that it's bad, you know, before, and then start pushing it. And that's the reason why I don't follow gurus. It's sad. And people will lie. Lying and pushing a narrative when you damn well know that you got issues with your physicality is not okay. Just saying, LOL, Amani. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Lines on cheeks, try Irish sea moss. Ron, that's not the answer, and that won't help. Skin looking great, Steph. Thank you, the Fasting Chronicles. Ironically, right? The Fasting Chronicles. Thank you. And you know why? At 54, soon enough to be 55, because I refuse to fast. Eating food gives me my fat-soluble vitamins. It gives me my omega-3s. It keeps my ketones nice and lovely. It gives me my minerals like selenium, zinc, iron, iodine, copper, zinc. These minerals, potassium, are critical. So a lot of people who either do carnivore too long or fast, their electrolytes go fasting raise my cortisol and I wake up puffy. Yep. Thank you, Gabe. I mean, you guys who are watching the replay, watch these comments. That's their comments. It's not just me saying it. Yeah, I know Nordic traditions. I'm just messing. Gelatin used to work, but they changed it. Bad companies. Well, I only think people should do oxtail or eat marrow, because when you make bone broth, you get a lot of that oxalates and glutamate in there, and that's not a good thing. Accidentally wrote week instead of a month. Oh, gotcha. Crepey skin. Yep, Amani says crepey skin, because your body is like, if you're doing a lot of, let's say if you do fasted cardio, where's your body going to get its energy from? It's not getting it from fat. Why would it do that? Fat is its last burning that it wants to burn. And that's the reason why people start doing keto, because they're like, oh my God, I'm going to access the fat cells. I'm like, but then they realize how disciplined you have to be, and they start doing like garbage keto products, trying to still be like a standard American dieter, and it didn't work. any type of these diets where you're trying to be in ketosis, you have to be really disciplined or you can jack yourself up, straight up. Carnivore too. Has to be high fat ketosis carnivore. Happy Monday, Jesse James. What's up? The lie is something terrible, but that they don't realize it. It's kind of like the whole world today, huh, Katie? Like everything's like one big lie, but people don't realize it. It is so funny. It doesn't matter what the subject is. When you try to talk about it, even with veganism, like you talk about a vegan and they get triggered. And I always feel that people who get triggered are not confident with what they ascribe to. Is that the word? Or subscribe to. They're not confident. If you're confident, you'd be chilling. You'd be feeling righteous. You wouldn't get triggered. And the world today is just feeling like it's, what did she say exactly? Katie said, they lie something terrible, but do they realize? No. Well, Katie, the person that Amani mentioned that was on my page, we haven't talked in a while. She just floated away somewhere else. And people were telling me that she was doing things contrary to what we had both discussed is bad for your body. So of course she's not going to talk to me because I'm going to be like, why are you double speaking? Why are you double speaking? So better just not to talk to me to avoid that criticism. But the world is a crazy place, you guys all know. It's so weird how I'll talk to people and they just want to act like everything's normal. Like there's not inflation, like, people aren't being stuck with poison. Like people don't want to talk about nothing. Vegans, people who do carnivore, OMAD, intermittent fast, when I debate them, they get so triggered. It's bizarre. Thank you, Thomas. Girl, you look amazing. We're taking notes. Monty, thank you. Oh, that's right. LOL, I don't fast anymore, but I do need to change my name. See, even the Fasting Chronicles says that this person, I don't know if it's a man or a woman or a man, but this individual is saying that they don't fast anymore. People who do it, I've just done so many consultations where people are like, Steph, what do I do? My hair's falling out. My T3 dropped fasting. My period started stopping or being too long in between. What do I do? Or I'm getting really crepey skin and dark under my eyes. What do I do? And I have this with so many clients that I like to go and talk about fasting every once in a while and tell people to stop doing one meal a day. It's so dumb. It is so dumb because you're not getting your electrolytes, because your body goes into this hyper cortisol fight or flight zone all day long. You don't want to do that. Nobody wants to age prematurely trying to fast to look younger. Let me see here. Gabe says off topic, but how's Luca? Luca is awesome. He is growing. I bought it because I bought him as a baby. He has a halter on his head and it's the notches. I had to make extra notches because he was so tiny. And he's a double mini horse. And I now can start going back to the normal sizes to put on his head. I'm actually going to get another halter for his head. And he's starting to listen to me now, like he's recognizing who his provider is. And Thunder is just, you guys, if you go to my Instagram, Stephanie Ketogenic, I offer free information on that platform. Plus I do stories every day, like today, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. Imani, if you want to write Stephanie Ketogenic, or also write my website. If you guys want to book a consultation, go there. I've been doing over, I don't know, I think it's probably 5,000 people over the last 12 years. And when you're working with so many people, you learn so friggin' much. It's profound. And that's the reason why some of the things that I used to say, I don't say anymore, because I'll be like, oh my God, snapperoni, this isn't good. So the horses are great. Thunder's just, oh my, I'm in love with that horse. I'm in love with him. They're all three rescues. The donkey, the mini, and the big guy. What kind of ketones do you have regularly? What you talking about, Willis? They're chocolate covered ketones. She makes them. I heard kettle on fire bone broth was good. The only problem with bone broth is that there is oxalates and glutamate. So for you histamine people, it's a hard no. Well, it hits a nerve. What it hits a nerve? I forgot. Also, she's back to only animal foods. Who? No, I don't believe that. Sorry. I don't know. Because I saw her behind the scenes, so I do not believe that at all. That's mm, I do not believe it. Nope. I got pressure cooker recently, and I just pressure cooked a bunch of chicken bones. All right, Ron. OMAD is almost abusive, as I was miserable when I did it. Yep, it's so abusive. The Fasting Chronicles. Thank you for the 10 for the super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, but it's like, people will beat themselves up trying to achieve these Instagram bodies, and they don't achieve them. I mean, some could say that I don't know about myself, but this is not genetics, right? That I'm 54, or that I got abs still. I still have abs, and I still have muscle, right? There's still testosterone up in there to be completely natty. But the thing is, people, it's not my genes. It is absolute diehard discipline. And I won't waver. There's something about me that just doesn't want to frack up what Mother Nature gave to me, whatever that might be, God or whatever. I don't want to mess that up. I'm only going to be Stephanie one time. You keep it real, Steph, and that's really important, and much appreciated. Love from Edinburgh, Scotland. Uh, Edinburgh, I'm saying it wrong. I've been to Edinburgh before, a long time ago, skateboarding. Long time ago. In a galaxy far away. And they will defend, I guess, coffee to the death. Yes. They don't have energy without it because they aren't keto adapted. They do high protein and not enough fat all day. This is what's really disappointing nutrient density, is that these gurus, they make money. I don't make a lot of money because I can't be fake like that. I just can't. Oh, it's so creepy. It's like creepy to lie to people. It's creepy. And yeah. And you get popular and you make money, and when you watch your numbers drop, you're like, oh, if I talk about fasting all the time, your numbers go up, you make more money. Please visit Steph's website and book a consultation with Steph at stephanieperson.com. Monty has become a moderator because she actually was a client of mine back in the day. Steph is the reason I searched. Wait, Steph, it's the reason I searched you out. Fasting messed me up, and no one but you had any answers for me. They don't know that they actually told me not to worry about it. Thyroid kept dropping. Thank you, Katie. So I have some clients in here, some former clients, and I just keep, people will get mad at me because I'll say stuff. They're like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Everybody else says it's okay. And then time will pass and they'll be like, okay, shoot, she was right. And then they'll book a consultation once people have to get it into their whole physical reaction to certain bad things. And then they're like, oh, she's not wrong. Like, I used to say years ago, don't do cheese, don't do coffee, don't do nuts. And people, the internet freaked out. Now it's more common because people are doing carnivore. So saying to cut out those foods doesn't seem so bad. But yeah, back in the day, people used to crucify my ass for saying, don't eat those 3 foods. Is sea bass as lean or fatty fish? Sea bass is more lean. You should add more butter. For sure. It's like, I don't know if I should add more butter to that. Well, on Instagram, she acts like veggies are bad. Oh, shucks, like veggies are bad. I don't know. I haven't spoken to her, so it's all based on what you guys say. But like, I know the truth, right? Because we were actually friends for a while. I know the truth. Yep. And she are really, I never met her, but we spoke almost every day for a good solid 2 years. All of a sudden, she just disappeared. Just like that. Poof. I felt it coming too. Because people kept coming up to me like, she doing this? Is she doing that? And I'm like, I don't want to get into any fight with her. You know, that's the last thing. Off subject, but when is the next keto workout video? Oh, you know, I should do one tomorrow. I should do one tomorrow. I really should. And I'm gonna try not to go too long today because I've got to go and work on my truck. You guys know I bought a truck and I'm restoring it and fixing it. The engine's great, but the outside is a freaking mess. So I bought new seats for it. I'm having it repainted, but I gotta sand off the paint myself. Tires, rims, grill, headlights, gonna look awesome. Need to have a truck to pull my horses. I thought keto what is it meant? Okay, I thought keto meant high fat, but these YouTubers are just pounding down the protein, then starving themselves in a 16-hour fast. Oh my God, I love you, Christopher. Christopher is spitting knowledge. I don't know, Christopher. It's embarrassing, and then because people will have so many followers, like, you know, like Dr. Berg, Thomas DeLauer, Ken Berry, and they cite those people. I mean, I don't know about um, Thomas DeLauer. I've never met him. And I've spoken personally on the phone with Ken Berry because he lives close to my mom. We always talked about meeting up, but we never did. Or he couldn't pull it together for us to do it. And then I've spoken to Dr. Berg because he invited me to be a part of his live summit. But I find them to be both pleasurable as people, but I'm not in alignment with their philosophy in terms of fasting. Your stomach health determines on how much you need to eat. If OMAD works for you, fine. Intermittent fasting can work for some. No, it doesn't. Sandra, can you explain scientifically how it can work? Or are you just making a broad comment? It doesn't work for anybody, and I've never seen it work. And I've worked with people, and I ain't even tried to be rude to you, Sandra. I just have to keep it real. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. How does that work? What is it working on? What does it do? Make you lose weight? Yeah, it makes you lose muscles. You know? Are you down to 8% body fat without any drugs fasting? No. You know, people are just, it just trips me out. And Sandra, you hear all these people attesting that it didn't do them well. Let's see. Can you also join a Facebook group? Oh, okay. Yes. I have a course, which is I cover low carb, high fat, keto, omnivore, like your standard keto, and carnivore. And I really have a lot of great content there. So you can sign up for that through stephanieperson.com or book a consultation through stephanieperson.com if you guys feel a little bit frustrated, you're not getting the results that you want. So I do have an intermittent fasting. So funny, I have an intermittent fasting plan on my site, but it is not to skip breakfast. Yes, right? It's an earlier window, so you can finish your dinner earlier and then fast while you sleep. That's the best way to fast. Not in the morning when the body needs that circadian rhythm of digesting, right? Do you think ancestors didn't visually age the way we do today, like humans get fugly when they're old? I believe that that hunter-gatherers, it depends if they had food, right? If you're starving to death, I'm sure you're not going to look too great. Now, I know people who are from Sudan and southern, like Thailand, where they're black, dark skinned. I should say dark skinned because ain't nobody really black. But if you're talking about like Nigeria or more like Sudan, they're really dark, and Sudanese are very dark. Those people can take sun directly, like when you're very, very dark in the sun. So I would say that probably if you were lighter skin being in the sun, if you have no shelter, the sun is going to damage your skin to some degree. If you see the indigenous people of the United States, the Native Americans, some of them are so wrinkly because of just constantly being in the sun, probably going through feast and famine days where they're not able to eat, their body's going into gluconeogenesis and they're getting a lot of sun exposure. But I do think that when I walk around looking at people at Walmart, when I look at their shopping carts and I'm like, and I'll look to see what they're eating, but then also um, you're just looking at the skin, the pores, the quality of their skin, the quality of their body, and you can see that they're not healthy. They're very toxic. Pharmaceuticals, bad, dirty water, soda, like exposure to poison and toxins, that will age you fast. Smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, we're constantly dehydrated. Let me see. On her website, heavy lifting on proper keto all day. I really should interview this dude. I met him in Cali. He's a power lifter on keto, a competitive power lifter. And he started keto when I got invited to this dude's house and I started talking about keto and he started doing it and he just stayed on it and lifts heavy as frack, full natty dude on keto, lifting heavy. I think when it comes to things like CrossFit, where you're going to do a lot of repetition for time, you might gas out quicker than somebody on carbs, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll last longer, but they'll have more power in the very beginning. Yeah, Katie. Yeah, unfortunately, she just disappeared, and it's because like a lot of people were like, the last conversation, I was like, are you really promoting this and that? And then she never responded. And I was like, all right, you are. So it's see ya. How many miles on the truck? Oh, it's 230,000 miles on the truck. It's a 2000 Chevy Silverado. But that model of a truck, you can find the parts anywhere. So it's easy to fix the parts. And a mechanic found it for me, and I live on a mechanic's property. So anything, he's like, we need to get this truck fixed. And then he goes, you need to drive it around for a couple months before you leave Texas. So I know that this truck is ready to go. So I got very lucky. Please visit, Amani says, please visit Stephanie's website and book a consultation with her at stephanieperson.com. So she wrote it so you guys can see. Yeah, I know, Katie. I mean, I felt it coming, Katie. I felt it coming like months before it happened. Diet doctors going on high protein direction. They all are. They all are. I don't know who is doing moderate to low for real. Every one of them pushes high protein, because what happens is when you coach people, they hungry when they don't eat enough fat. They're not doing a ketogenic. Ketones are units of fat. They're not units of protein. So just right there in the wording, people aren't waking up. It behooves me. And they eat protein because they're starving to death. And then they have chronic dehydration because they're fasting. Their electrolytes are off, and then they're trying to push all that protein through the kidneys, and they start developing kidney problems. And even she developed kidney problems at one point from having too much protein. So yes. Hey Steph, any weight loss advice for those that are not on keto? Nicola, that was a great question. Yes, for Nicola. Don't forget, you guys, to like up the stream. I don't check to see who is liking the streams because I'm too busy. But it does help bring people to the channel. That's a great title. Oh my God, I need to write that down. Katie, remember that. Katie, remember that. That is dope. I love that question. Okay. Nicola, the best thing I recommend is doing low carb, high fat. So they call it LCHF is the acronym. And essentially you're eating under 100 grams of carbs, between 80 to 100, but you're eating, you still have to eat every 3 hours to keep your blood sugar stable because you're not in ketosis. And you want to up your fat a little bit because your carbs are going to be lower than normal, and you still want enough sustenance in your diet. So you're still dependent on carbohydrates, but you're going to be hungry if the fat ain't higher. Definitely. You need some of that equipment. And you would eat every couple of hours, and you would stay away from bread. You would eat things like parsnip. You would eat sweet potato. You would eat, if you don't have a histamine reaction to these foods, a jasmine rice, white rice, but in the it's 1/3 to 1/2 cup per main meal. That's the short of it. Otherwise, you should sign up for a consultation. I can actually put a plan together towards your entire lifestyle if I knew what it was. Let me see here. I missed a couple. Somebody's talking about my group, my membership group, and Katie says it's a great page. She's been on it for a couple years, and Katie really can tell you what it's like. Now my phone is freezing. Whenever I fast, my heart rate drops to the low 40s. Yeah, that's the electrolyte problem when you fast. It's undeniable. There was a woman named, I think, Nicole, and she's like, "Oh, it works for some people." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. Don't believe the hype. Come on, phone." 230 km, I guess, kilometers on a. Ooh, no, we don't. What? Really though? No, we don't want me that close up. What the hell? My phone, you guys, is starting to act really weird. It just blew my face up to see every pore. Oh no, my phone is freaking out. Oh no. Oh, you guys. 230 miles, not kilometers, on a truck isn't bad. They can go up to 340 km. My phone is blown up. Go back to normal, stupid phone. Okay, I'm eating liver 4 ounces a week. That's two. You can eat more than that. You can eat 2 ounces a day. So in 2 days, that'd be 4 ounces. 4 ounces a week isn't much. I would do more than that. How do you feel about a supplement? It's not going to get the same quality as real liver, but if that was the only thing you could get, then yes. When's the latest one should eat dinner for optimal sleep? If you're a daytime worker, oh no, my phone. I would say 6 o'clock should be the latest. Your phone had my phone it's breaking down. I ordered a new one, a replacement, because it's not doing that well. I'm surprised we lasted this long. But on that note, I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone, because I think that this phone, I don't want to lose the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining the live stream. We can still hear and see you fine. I know, but on my side, it's starting to do crazy things. You can't see it, but it's getting really weird. Oh no, see? It's doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're going. It keeps blowing my face up. I'm impressed with the work you're doing on your track. Oh, Nita, you must be on my Instagram. On your track, is there anything you can't do? Thank you. Nope, there isn't. Sky's the limit. Is low carb, high fat, or keto still beneficial if you don't eat grass-fed or organic? Yes. I mean, if you can't have grass-fed or organic, then why would you do standard American diet? In fact, it's better to do a low carb and do non-grass-fed if that's the only choice you have. Oh, thank you, Jackhammer. They used to be more nice before I ate carbs as a kid. Thank you so much, Steph. Nutrient density. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go. Don't forget to like up the stream. I know the longer I stay, the more people come into the chat, but my phone is acting too weird. Thank you so much, sis. Love you, Amani. I hope you feel better from your trip. You guys have a great freaking Monday. Amani says, please, you guys, visit Stephanie's website to book a consultation with her at stephanieperson.com, or to join my course where I cover all 3 diets. If you guys have a difficulty putting it all together, I'm your girl. I'm also in the process of redoing all of Nicola Star, redoing all of my meal plans, all of them. If you guys need a meal plan now, they will suffice, but better ones are coming around the corner. All right, guys, don't forget to like up the stream. There's 48 people here. What you do is you go to the chat and you click out of it, and there's a thumb, and you click it, and then you click back to open up the chat. But like up the stream, people, so people can find me on this lovely day. All right, now it is back to, I got to go work on my truck right now before the sun goes down. Even though it doesn't look beautiful from this side, but flip my camera around, or is it going to freak out if I do that? Yeah, my phone's freaking out. Go to my Instagram, Stephanie Ketogenic. I love you guys. You're amazing. I got some energy at 54 and counting. Do not fast. Don't. Do a good ketogenic protocol and you can get lean as frack, people. You can get it right. You can get lean, right? Without fasting. But you got to do it the right way because you want to jack your thyroid up. And I'm out. Peace. Thank you, Ron. Bye, guys. Energy, energy, energy.